CrossFit describes itself as constantly varied, functional movements performed at high intensity. But what if we use all the tools, training advice, practices, and the methodology of CrossFit, but took away just one element? What if, instead of becoming constantly varied, we went all in on one particular movement? Ben Bergeron, head of CompTrain, says that when his top athletes have a weakness, they work on it relentlessly. They will perform said weakness 3 times a week. And if it's a bleeding weakness that could potentially derail their CrossFit season, they will hyper-focus this said weakness every day for 30 days straight. Applying this mindset, using their techniques, and finding the best approaches to achieve these goals, I'm going to teach you at home how to crush your goals, see improvement, and fill those holes. This challenge is called Ground Zero.
I'll do what it takes to make you believe. With my heart and hyperdrive, we do what we want, but when I'm free, with our hearts on hyperdrive.
What's going on, beasts, and welcome back to Ground Zero, episode 7. Today, we're going to hit session 1 of week 3, but more importantly, we're going to talk about the topic of the day, which will be consistency. Consistency is something that a lot of people ask me about. Tyler, how do I improve a skill? Tyler, how do I get better at my lift, CrossFit, whatever it may be? And one of the great things about, I guess, life and life itself is that it doesn't matter whether you're born with the genetics or not, whether you've been molded in an environment of competitive greatness, of winning, or you've been molded in an environment where, you know, fitness or health or strength or whatever the sport you are looking at attaining hasn't been prevalent or hasn't been important to the people in it. Maybe you're born in an academic environment rather than a physical or sport environment. But regardless, consistency is the one thing that no matter what, you have control over. You have the ability to show up day in, day out and improve that particular skill. And that's what today's video is going to be about. Why consistency? Well, I have 3 P's: persistence, process, purpose. They're the 3 P's that I live my life by, and persistence is essentially the same thing as consistency. It's your ability to continually focus on a particular task and continue no matter the result. Obviously, failure is something that a lot of people they shy away from, they avoid. They don't want that discomfort. They don't want to feel like they've lost. They don't want to be embarrassed. These are the things that come with failure, but one of the great things about consistency is it doesn't matter whether you win, whether you lose, whether you gain, whether you've at a loss. All that matters is that you show up, you keep grinding, and that's the great thing about consistency, which is what I believe will get you from point A to point B the fastest. The accumulation of 1%ers is something that Ben Bergeron is super focused on, and he always harps on about, which is essentially if you have a 1% improvement every day, or 0.1% improvement, that you'll improve by 30-something% over the course of 365 days. So my advice for people on how to help improve consistency in any particular skill, of course, just showing up is always going to be better than nothing. On the harder days when will or motivation is depleted, you're obviously going to have to rely on willpower, which willpower is a finite amount or finite ability to call upon when required. So it's one of those things where, you know, you're going to have to really make sure that what you are focusing on and what you want to achieve is an absolute goal. You have a reason why behind it. It makes the consistency side of things easier. So A, show up every day, and B, don't let failures deter you from that particular goal. This session itself, week 3, we are in the later stage of the program. So it is actually getting closer towards that 1 RM day, and I found that this session actually started feeling really good in the tempo bench press, the floor press, which is at 100 kilos now. It's the heaviest I've ever floor pressed in my life, so very impressed in that sense. And then the med ball push-ups, I think we're on towards 4 sets of med ball push-ups now, so the volume is getting quite high. Of course, guys, I want us to be on this program. I want us to join in. You might not see any of the technique days coming up from this video onwards. That's purely me just not putting in there for your boredom. Even though, yes, it's awesome. I love technique days, and it is what I have been doing in the background. I just thought from the entertainment value of the video, you guys didn't need to see that. But consistency, guys. Show up every day. Be keen for that task. Be ready to commit to whatever you want to achieve. And obviously call upon that willpower if required. Use that strong reason why you can achieve whatever goal you want to. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel to see the next Ground Zero episode. And as always, for you guys at home, I hope you guys stay an absolute beast.